Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia and we have a box office update on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Well, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is wrapping up its second weekend at the box office. And like many movies, the second weekend has a bit of a drop, but this one appears to be noteworthy, but not as bad as initially predicted. So let's dive into a second what the second weekend of the movie looks like, where it is in comparison with other Marvel movies, and where the movie stands in total. Now, the second weekend results are still getting tallied, and we've heard numbers as high as an 83% drop. But the most recent numbers are not quite as bad. It appears Doctor Strange fell about 68% on its second weekend, which, let's be clear, that's a sizable drop, and domestically brought in $61 million. Internationally, it was also down 68%, but brought in an additional $83.5 million. This means the total, as of today, is at about $688 million, and it should break $700 million this week. Now keep in mind, this movie had a budget of $200 million, so it's well out of the red ink and is definitely profitable for Marvel Studios. But I think many people are questioning where this stacks up with other Marvel films and whether this is bad or not. Obviously, a smaller drop is better, but what does 68% really mean? Now, before we dive into that though, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, our big giveaway. We're going to give away this Oculus Quest 2 at 50,000 subscribers. All you need to do to get in on the giveaway is be a subscriber and leave us a comment. Now, like I was saying, Doctor Strange is right on the edge of breaking $700 million at the box office, which is great, and could very well break the $1 billion mark, and this is without China, Russia, and several other markets being excluded from release. Now, the second weekend saw a 68% drop, which I'm going to be clear is pretty sizable, but when you compare it to other movies over the past year, it's about right in the middle. Probably the best one to compare it to would be Spider-Man No Way Home, which also dropped 68%. But other movies like The Eternals, which saw 62%, Venom 2 saw 65%, Black Widow saw 68% also, and Morbius saw a 74% drop. The two movies with the best second weekend were Shang-Chi and The Batman, with The Batman at 50% and Shang at 54%. Now, when you have a really strong opening weekend, quite often you do see a solid drop on its second week. 68 is not great, and I'm sure Marvel would have liked to have seen that number be a bit lower, but the movie did open stronger than expected, so I think they're probably overall right exactly where they want to be. I think people are getting a little overexcited about the 68%. We need to see where the movie finally stops at. $700 million is a big success, especially in the post-pandemic world, but obviously everybody wants those Spider-Man No Way Home numbers, and I don't think they're likely to happen here. The Spider-Man event was pretty big for many fans and brought together 20 years of storytelling. This doesn't do it, and by measurement of almost any other project, hitting that $700 million mark is a huge success. This is part of the problem when you make a lot of billion-dollar movies. It's like having a championship team. Every season that you don't win the championship, it appears like a failure, even if the season was really solid. Now, it's not that I don't think Doctor Strange had its share of issues. The movie was pretty good, but I do feel like this 68% might reflect some fan reactions and could very well be the product of fewer repeat viewings. Remember, we always say to get those big numbers, you need the same people to see the movie over and over again. And that might not be happening with Doctor Strange. The big question ultimately will be, will the film break $1 billion? And I think it might actually barely crawl over that line, but we'll see how that works out in the next couple of weeks. But until then, I gotta know what you guys think. What do you think of Doctor Strange having a 68% drop in the second weekend? And do you think this film will cross the $1 billion finish line? I'm pretty sure Marvel Studios hope so, but we'll have to wait and see. Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.